There are many kinds of prisons. Some have walls, some have rules, and some have expectations, passed down in whispers so often, you begin to believe they are your own. But freedom, true, untamed freedom, is not about breaking rules. It is about knowing yourself before the world defines you. It is about choosing before someone chooses for you. And yet, for many, this freedom is never fought for, because they were never told it was theirs to begin with. From childhood, some of us learn to shrink, to trade curiosity for obedience, to silence our instincts in favor of being liked, to follow paths that were never ours, until the day we can't tell whether the voice in our head is ours or someone else's echo. But freedom isn't loud. It begins quietly, with a whisper. This isn't me. That whisper is sacred. It's a sign of awakening. Science calls this metacognition, the ability to observe our thoughts, step outside them, and choose a different path. It is what separates humans from every other species. And yet, how rarely do we use it? In every era, the ones who changed the world first listened to that whisper. Galileo, under threat of torture, said, "And yet it moves." Not out of arrogance, but because truth was worth more than comfort. Harriet Tubman, born into chains, moved silently through forests, not just to save herself, but to light the way for others. Rosa Parks, by staying seated, shook an empire. Socrates, accused of corrupting youth, drank poison for a truth he could not abandon. And in our own land, Bhagat Singh once wrote, "They may kill me, but not my ideas." These weren't acts of chaos, they were acts of clarity. But clarity doesn't come in noise. It comes in silence. It comes when you start observing the world not through fear, but through truthful distance. Observe. Who discourages your growth while calling it concern? Who labels your individuality as arrogance? Who rewards you more when you conform than when you shine? In psychology, this is called emotional invalidation, a subtle erasure of your inner compass. Repeated enough times, and your identity dissolves. So build an inner resistance. Like a tree roots itself before it rises, you must first build your base. Financially, emotionally, spiritually. Rebellion is not just saying no. Rebellion is having the power to leave without begging. And here's something most never tell you. Your individuality is your biological advantage. Even in evolution, species that survived were not the strongest. They were the most adaptive, the most unique in their response to adversity. Your quirks, your sensitivities, your pace, they are not flaws. They are keys to survival if you protect them. And so, protect them. Learn when to speak. Learn when to stay silent. Learn who earns access to your world. And most of all, learn to rebuild yourself quietly every time someone tries to break you. Not everyone will understand your need to be free. Some will call it selfish, some will call it foolish. But then again, the caged birds always mock the ones who dare to fly. So if you must, rebel. Not with rage, but with precision. Not with noise, but with conviction. Not for attention, but for your own becoming. Because no one can give you freedom. It's not a gift, it's a decision. And the most powerful people in the world are those who no longer wait for permission to be themselves.